Look at that little 1/8 sitting over there, just hanging out by himself. Hi, 1/8. We will see what he is needed later. Okay, this is how to subtract mixed numbers. We're going to come on here. Just there it is. There's a nice little first thing. We have 1 and 17/20 minus 1 and 12/20. If you're familiar with adding mixed numbers, you should have no problem with this one as well. First thing you're going to do, since they're already written up and down next to each other, you're going to subtract the fractions, which is 17/20 minus 12/20. You get the answer of 5/20. Next thing you're going to subtract the whole numbers. 1 minus 1 is 0. So your answer for that problem is 5/20. Here's another problem coming in. We have 3 and 18/24 minus 1 and 4/24. First thing you do here, just like before, you're going to subtract the fractional amounts. You get 14/24, and then you subtract the whole number, 2 and 14/24. It's going to be your final answer. See if you can do this one on your own right now. You can pause it if you need to. Write this down on a piece of paper. You shouldn't have any problem. 7/8 minus 1/8, 6/8. 10 minus 4 is 6. And you could actually, if you want to be fancy, you can simplify here. And what that means is 6/8 does equal 3/4, right? 6/8 equals 3/4. So your answer could also be 6 and 3/4. That would be a simplified answer, something that you're going to be expected to do in 5th grade. If you want to start doing that now, it's still right. Both answers will be correct. 6 and 6/8 equals 6 and 3/4. Okay, this one I definitely want you to try on your own. So please write this one down. 4 and 12/10 minus 1 and 12/10. You can pause the video, solve it, and resume once you have the answer. If you got 3 and 9/12, good job. It is the right answer. I'll tell you right now that if you also got 3 and 3/4, it would also be correct. All right. This is when it gets slightly trickier. Ooh, let me move this a little up. Subtract numbers. What would you do in this situation here? We have 5 and 1/8 minus 3 and 5/8. Why can't you solve this the way it is? What's the problem with this that you cannot solve it the way it is right now? Look at the fractions. You can't take 5/8 away from 1/8. You can't do that. So what do you have to do? Well, what would you do in a regular subtraction problem? If you were subtracting, 50 minus 28. You can't take 8 away from 0. You have to borrow, and you borrow in your mixed numbers as well, right? So you're going to borrow from the whole number. Let me just move this slide down a little bit so you can see. Now, when we borrow from this, right, we're going to take one whole thing away. So you're going to take one whole away from the 5. And in this situation, since we're talking about eighths, what is one whole? It is 8/8. So you got to regroup from borrowing 1 from the 5 by 5. It's going to become a 4. If you're borrowing from the 5, you're taking one whole away, so that becomes a 4. Meanwhile, you're going to change the 1 that you borrowed to 8/8. So how many total eighths do you have in that first mixed number now? You're going to have 9/8. 4 and 9/8 is the same thing as 5 and 1/8. And now you can subtract. You'll subtract 9/8 from your 5/8. That'll give you 4/8, and you can subtract your whole number as well. So that would be your final answer. Exactly. Like, look at this the way this looks, if you ever have any doubt how to solve this problem, this is the slide you should come back to. You're borrowing from the whole number. You're turning that 1 into 8/8. You're making the 5 a 4. And then you're adding the fraction. 1/8 plus 8/8 equals 9/8. And then you're subtracting. All right? We will do another one. You can simplify it all as you want. Okay. I don't know what that last slide was. Don't pay attention to that guy. Let's solve this again, right? 6 and 2, 6 minus 3 and 4, 6. You cannot subtract these two. Why can't you subtract those two? Well, you can't take 4, 6 away from 2, 6. So, same thing we did last time. That's how you solve this. You borrow from the 6. You're going to make that into a 5, 1 less, because you're taking 1 whole. Now that 1 whole, since we're talking about sixths here, you see there's 6. What's 1 whole when we're talking about sixths? It's 6. 6. Add that to the other 2 6 you already have, and you have 8, 6. And now you're ready to actually do your subtraction. Subtract your fractional parts. 8, 6 minus 4, 6 is going to equal 4, 6. And then 5 minus 3 is 2. Your answer to this problem is 2 and 4, 6. So let's review the steps when solving this problem. I'm going to write these down right now. Okay, so those are the steps to solving this problem. Let's do another one together before you try one on your own. Following these steps, right? So first thing we're going to do is we're going to borrow from the whole number. That 11 becomes a 10. Check. Next, you're going to write the whole number that we just borrowed as a fraction. Well, in here we're talking about eighths, so that whole number that I just wrote down has to be 8/8. That's the whole. Next, add the fractions together. I'm going to get 9/8. Next, subtract the fractional amounts. I have 9/8 minus 3/8, which is 6/8. Finally, subtract the whole numbers. 10 minus 2 is 8. The answer to this problem is 8 and 6/8. Let's do one more, just because I realize this is a sneaky situation right here. All right, what would you do in this situation? All right, we're trying to take away, we're subtracting 8 minus 3 and 2/3. What do we got right there? Can we just write down 2/3 like that? No, absolutely not. What, you crazy? No, can't do that. Why? Because this is essentially a 0 right now, right? 0 is 0/3. Right? There's nothing there. You can't take 2/3 away from something that isn't there. Just like you had the problem, I don't know, 100 minus 34. You can't just write down 430. You have to borrow, once again, okay? You have to borrow. Excuse my scribblings. Right? So what are we going to do? Borrow from the whole number. Take the 8 away. Make it into a 7. Write the whole as a fraction. Well, in this case, we're talking about thirds. So this fraction is going to be 3/3. Do I have to add any fractions together? I don't have to do that because there was no fraction in the top one. Subtract the fractional amounts. 3/3 minus 2/3 is 1/3. Subtract the whole numbers. The answer to this problem is 4 and 1/3. When in doubt, all you have to do is come back to this chart to help you. Remember this chart. Okay? Try these last two problems on your own. 9 and 6/8 subtracted minus 4 and 7/8. And then 14 subtract 8 and 4/5. Pause the video and check your work when you're done.